Okay, Joe, every year you have your constituency barbecue here at Pinafore Park. Can you tell me what's the reason why you hold these?
Well, we found after the first election in 2004, we wanted to say thank you. But it was the end of the summer, so we thought the next summer we would hold a barbecue. What do hot dogs and pop and chips cost me personally to go ahead and have a barbecue for my friends, for the constituents? We need to, more members of parliament who tend to think that I have 110,000 bosses, 110,000 people who I work for. And I want to say thank you every so often. So it's kind of the company picnic. It's what it is. And this year, even more special. Jeff's here with us, so we have the member of provincial parliament and me holding the picnic at the same time. And, it's just a great chance. It's not so much the people I get to meet. That's great. I see them a lot. They know who I am. But I see people meeting people who, I haven't seen you since 2006, a barbecue, whatever, right? And so friends getting to see each other. Over 1,000 people at this barbecue tonight. It sure looks like a special night for weather, but fantastic for people to want to get out and say hi to their neighbors and friends. And, in a time when we need to be a lot more positive, this is what it's showing us.
So overall, I see a lot of very happy people here. There's families and with their pets, all socializing. Do you ever have negativity? Do people show up, say, that are in NDP or Liberal, that they come over here and use this to kind of confront you? Has that ever happened?
Well, the first couple of barbecues, there was, I think the CAW came and marched through one year. There's those types of things. Look, and I've got thick skin. I learned in June of 2004 when I first ran, it won't be unanimous. It'll never be 100%. You would get it down to even one vote, then I'll know how my wife has voted. But the real answer here is, yes, even tonight, people have come up, here's the problem I have. Great, well, here's how we might be able to help you. Or you've already been to the office 2 or 3 times and we weren't able to help. We're really sorry. There's just some things we can do, some things we can't. Or those general statements. What are you doing about jobs? Well, we're doing the best we can do to make it so that those that do create jobs, governments don't create jobs, those that do create jobs have a level playing field to go out and do it and can start businesses in a community that really need it. We're getting better, right? Most of this is attitude. You and I have talked about this before. If we're positive about where we're heading, what we're doing, things will be better. And that's, I like to think of it that way. I'm not only is the glass half full or is it half empty. It's can I have something to drink? No, it's how you work, right?
It is that way. And I've always been a big promoter of this area, and I think that is a main key. You have to promote what we have, not look at also the negativity all the time. So what do you find right now is one of the main keen issues that people are coming to you right now? Is it the jobs, or is it something in the city or in this area? What is it? What's the main gripe everybody has right now?
I won't put it to gripes. I think the answer is many people have what they think is part of a solution, and they're absolutely right. But as you and I have learned, you've got to put 6 heads together, 12 heads together, 50 heads together, and everybody's right, but now let's make that idea actually have legs and work. Our local municipalities and county and their economic development organizations are all moving forward and doing all they can do to help keep the businesses we have, keep the jobs we have, move forward. We know that there's some good stuff coming up. We know we're going to get an announcement on what was the old Ford property pretty soon. We've all been kind of sworn to secrecy as to where we're headed. I wish it was done a lot quicker. But the real answer is, that will be a big hunk of good news. Is that enough then to move more people to loosen up their wallets and say, yeah, let's start another business, let's do something else? Look, we've got the submarine out in Port Burwell now, right? Go to Port Burwell and ask the servers in a restaurant, hey, have you been busier? They have been. That's what we need to do. We just need to make sure that this is there's positive outcomes. They might be 1 job. They might be 2. They might be 5. They might be 10. They might be 50. So it's not about bitching about what they don't have. Most people are saying, how can I help? What should I do different? What would you do if you were me? All right. And I always say, and you show this too. If you haven't got anything to do this afternoon, go volunteer. Go find something you can do to make your community better. Because tomorrow, then your community's at least 1 afternoon worth of somebody helping better. If that goes on for a couple of weeks, look, and many of the people I know, and I do a lot of mentoring with youth or used to, many of those jobs come from those volunteer activities. Right? Somebody meets somebody because they're out there in the public. Those are the types of things that we like to hear more of, and it's really happening.
Constituency barbecue here at Pinafore Park with Joe Preston. How are you finding all the people, and what's the reception like?
It's been a tremendous event. Everybody that's come has been friendly and positive, and glad to be out on a hot sunny day to get a little hot dogs, and I'm really glad I got to partner with Joe this year at this event.
Are the plans, are you guys going to continue this partnership to do it? Because it seems funny, 2 different parts of the government, but yet you guys are, so much of a team here, and you have to be, I think, for this area, right?
Yeah, I think that's the best way this area works is if the MP and MPP and the municipalities work together, and I think Joe and I doing more of these events together, you get both of us at the same event where you can hit us with your questions you want to hit us with, but you know that we'll work together to find the answers.
Have you had people approaching you today with concerns, or are you finding it's just more of the meet and greet style? We asked Joe, and he said there are sometimes people who come up and talk to us about what's going on. But what on the provincial side, how are you finding things right now?
Well, it's been a good mix today. I have a pocket full of things to look after tomorrow for people that want some help with our office, and that's what we're here for, is to help people. And a lot of meet and greet. Met quite a few new people today, and I think these events people should always come and talk to me about their concerns, because I'm out here and this is the best time to talk to me about it.
This is a great way to, especially helping your own community and stuff and staying in touch. Now, Joe had talked to us about immigration and Canada Pension, things like that his office deal with. What is your office? People come to you. What can you handle for them?
Well, we'll handle anything they throw at us and do the best we can to find a solution for them. But I mean, birth certificates, we do a lot with replacing them, helping with your health cards, disability, helping you get on disability if you're having troubles, and any other problems through the government that we can help you guide your way through it, and how we can advocate on your behalf if you're running into a roadblock. We also help with Rogers Cable bill and Bell and your hydro bills, and help you if you're having problems with those people.
Since we lost, you talk about disability, and we lost our disability office in town here, went to London. The biggest concern, and I still get emails on this too, is there still any works on how we can help residents here get to London for those appointments? Because there's still people left behind in that closure.
Yeah, I mean, people are falling through the cracks that can't get into London, and getting the workers here to help them out is a problem. I'm still advocating for an office here, and I'm going to keep doing as long as I'm in politics, and maybe beyond, trying to get some sort of assistance here so people don't have to travel as far. It's quite a burden. As to having people shuttle people over, I mean, there's other charities and organizations that should hopefully would come forward and offer that shuttle service.
All right, so our summer's coming to a close here soon, as much as we hate to admit it. You're going to be heading back to Parliament. So what is on your agenda? Give us a little peek on what's coming up.
Well, getting back, there's been cuts to the MNR offices that I just want to get better clarification from the minister what his true plans are for our Elmer office. Definitely going to be keeping on the gas plant. There's another report coming from the Auditor General that'll shed more truth and light onto the problem that occurred, and keeping the Liberal government honest and making sure that they're spending our money wisely, and they have an economic plan to balance our books and start paying down our debt.
Keeping them honest. I think that's a lot bigger full-time job than I think you signed up for, isn't it?
It is. It is tough to keep them honest, but I mean, if we can keep them honest, get them on an economic plan, we can get jobs back to this riding, and that's what we need to do, is make sure we get people working.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
What's some of the stuff that in the federal government now are we working on that's going to be coming up that you can tell us?
Well, we really did pass a lot of legislation in the spring, and we sat till midnight for the last 6 weeks we were in Parliament. We passed just about every piece of legislation that we had on the books. We were going to have a throne speech, and the Prime Minister's talking about that now. We're going to have to come back with a throne speech with some new legislation in order to have more stuff to do. We've gone pretty far on the jobs and the economy piece. Each of the budgets have passed, and each of those things, whether it's lowering taxes or creating federal economic development, things like FedDev Ontario and those types of things, they're all working. We've been working pretty hard on immigration and trying to control that the people who are coming to Canada, proud to be new Canadians, want to come to our country, are either creating work or taking jobs because they are good at the job they came trained for. And we're not trying to make it so that they're just coming here and helping themselves to our system, right? And that there are Canadians out there, 500,000 right now, still currently unemployed, while there are provinces in this country who cannot find enough people to work. This is a mismatch. We're a big country, and we're wide and broad, and we have to continue to work on legislation to make that prosperity spread across Canada. Now, in years past, perhaps Ontario had the prosperity and the recession side was in other areas of the country. And now we're flip-flopping that a little bit. I mean, certainly Saskatchewan, Alberta, even Manitoba to agree, 100% employment. I've talked to the members of Parliament in Saskatchewan. He says, I know both the unemployed guys in my riding, and I wouldn't hire either of them. You know, it is building businesses that can't grow at the moment because they can't find employees for their businesses. And here I am in my riding, where we have some similar things. We've got some great businesses who actually need employees but can't find the ones with the right skills. We need to make sure that we do the right thing as a government, train those people with those skills.
It's also very frustrating to hear go out west, all the jobs are there, and you want to keep the people here, you want the jobs here, you're losing some, not everybody, not all goes out west, but some of the training though I have to ask is to retrain some people, but sometimes the stipulants to get into that program are still out of people's reach.
Right.
So the program is there, but they still don't qualify to get it.
Well, we've moved forward now on this new Job Connects program, and we want the provinces to play with us. And we found the same thing as you found. You know, look, you're going to train me to be another welder, and these guys aren't finding whatever it might be. We've now brought into the mix not the unemployed only, not the government only, but the employer. We're saying to the employer, who do you need and what do you need? And if you participate with us, we'll train people that will do that job. And we think that's the win part of this, because the employer can't tell us he won't put his $5,000 into the mix pot if he isn't going to get something out of it, like a good, well-trained employee in the skills he needs. And then we're hiring Canadians to do the jobs because they're trained. We think that's the answer. We need the provinces to continue to play with us on that.
So how, what timeline do you see, or how, I mean, I'm sure you want that as quick as possible, but in reality, how long could we be looking at? Could that be something this coming year?
Well, I've met with some employers here from Elgin County about it. They're all pretty excited. They're going to help push it faster too. The labor market agreements with each of the provinces. We don't do these things on our own. The federal government provides some of the funding. The provinces provide some of the manpower and the systems. They have the community colleges and universities where the retraining may take place. Very quick. It's up to the provinces to decide they want to play with us and do this job. So, you know, we're ready to do it now.
And what can people, if they have some issues, what is it exactly, you and your office here in town, what can you do for people? What do you offer? You know, what type of, we know it's federal government, right. So what can they come to you for?
Well, here, you know, that's the thing. You know, there's many people who've never been inside a member of parliament's office. I don't think I ever had before we became the member of parliament. The answer here is, Canada provides a number of benefits, a number of services, a number of things for its citizens, whether it's from passports to immigration issues to Canada pension to, you know, any of the above. What I like to think of it from a customer service point of view, my background is in customer service, is that people can come to my office and actually have the things delivered to them they're supposed to be getting from their government. They won't get stuff that they're not entitled to. They won't get stuff that's not available. But from a Canada pension point of view and the expedience to do so, or getting your passport because you need it for travel, or Canada pension disability. I mean, all this stuff is there. It's the safety net we provide. Unemployment insurance, right, is the stuff we supply to Canadians in need. We make sure that those that are in need can find a better way and quicker way through the system, and those that are not using the system in the way they should don't get the benefits they're supposed to get, or are not supposed to get. Maybe a better way to put it. Thanks. It's an appreciation barbecue. It's to say thanks to all these people, and so I'm glad I'm able out here and answer questions today.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Thanks.